It's the pothole in the India story. Imagine going out to the grocery store near your house, or maybe dropping your child to school. Chances are it's a short ride away from your house. You take out your bike or scooter and set off. What do you think is the worst thing that can happen in this scenario? Thanks to our excellent roads, you could even end up losing your life. I know this is sounding like fear-mongering, but that's the reality of Indian roads. And I'm not saying this. Citizens who live in major metros across this country are saying it. In fact, even the Kerala High Court has said it. They said that you cannot have roads where you step out happy and you come back in coffins. That is something that will not be tolerated. Our roads are riddled with deadly potholes that claim lives every single day. It doesn't matter whether you live in big cities like Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore or Chennai, potholes are everywhere. Just yesterday, you remember what happened. We had reported this incident in Chennai. This is where a 22-year-old woman was crushed to death by a truck on a national highway. She wasn't on some long-distance trip on her super bike. She was on her scooty, dropping her brother to a tuition class. Millions of Indians make such trips every single day. We go out to buy groceries, we go out to pick our children from tuitions and schools. We go to work, we come back. Surely we have the right to return home safely and not in coffins. We have a right to not be killed by civic apathy and badly built roads. Yes, potholes have their own political economy going around them, but for heaven's sake, spare citizens who pay taxes and tolls. Is this why we pay taxes and tolls? So that these very roads that get built because of our taxes and our toll money kills us? Apparently, it's asking for too much. Asking for good roads, pothole-free roads is asking for too much. Let me show you some data from the Road and Transport Ministry. This is their data, the government data. In 2021, according to the ministry, potholes caused more than 3,600 accidents across the country. They claimed more than 1,400 lives and caused 300 plus injuries. Now, these numbers may not sound scary by themselves, but don't forget that these are perfectly preventable tragedies. A pothole is not a national calamity that governments cannot control. Again, let me refer to the incident and the accident in Chennai. This was murder. Once the news got out, the highway authority deployed a team to the accident site. They used sand and stones to level the potholes. If only they had done this a few days ago. It would have ensured that this 22-year-old techie, Shobhana on your screens, would have been with her family right now in the new year. And that's the thing about statistics, actually. For a country like India, 1,400 lives is a drop in the ocean. There is no value for life. But not for families. For the families of victims, that number represents an empty seat at the dinner table, a child growing up without a father, or a brother mourning his sister, or a parent simply not knowing how to explain to a little child where their sister or brother has gone. Which is why Mirror Now is demanding answers from the government. Our reporters are joining us live from Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai to talk to people about potholes which, don't even seem to make it to the news and headlines, but kill people every day. Dharani, for obvious reasons, I'm going to start with you. This is where a young 22-year-old techie on a perfectly harmless sojourn lost her life in the city. We saw a shameful blame game play out between the state government and the central government, between state road transport authorities and the National Highway Authority. The National Highway Authority telling us, oh yes, this is a road that is supposed to be maintained by us, but because there are lorries and trucks that ply on these roads, the roads are bad, they are potholed, what can we do? Well, they can do a lot. For one, they can fix it. They have massive budgets. That's their job. That's what the money is for. We pay taxes for this. We pay at every toll on national highways in this country as citizens. And what do you get instead? Potholes that end up killing people. Killing people we know or don't know. Dharani, you are at that exact spot where that accident happened. What's the scene and situation there today? Has there, I know that government authorities can be fairly insensitive and shameless. In this case, have they done anything to fix the road and the potholes on it? And what are citizens telling you?
Well, the authorities have only fixed the potholes in the particular accident spot. So apart from that, the whole Madurai to Tambaram highway is full of potholes, especially some 20 kilometers. It is a total of 32 kilometer stretch. So almost 20 kilometer in that particular stretch is full of potholes, and the citizens of that particular stretch, they've been writing multiple times to several departments, not only to the national highways but also to the Chennai collector, to the chief minister's cell, and also to the chief secretary to repair these roads, but no action was ever taken. And only after this a young techie lost her life, the authorities came to the spot, and they have filled some 10 to 20 potholes in that particular spot alone with gravel and sand. Gravel and sand are not permanent solutions. In fact, they just get peeled off very easily, and that is not even a temporary solution, to be precise. So of course a pothole problem is a very big problem as far as Chennai as a metro is concerned. Right now I'm being joined by two citizens of Chennai to share their anguish and concerns. So you would have come across the incident where a 22-year-old young woman, she lost her life due to a pothole incident, and due to bad road conditions basically. So what is your first reaction to the news?
First of all, it's a very unfortunate incident, and I feel very sorry for the family and for the girl. What is more hard-hitting is that this problem could have been completely avoided had the roads been properly maintained and fixed in regular intervals. But unfortunately, despite constant reminders by the public, none of the authorities, be it the state authorities or the central authorities, have taken any action right now. Just as you said, merely filling up the holes with gravel and sand is not going to be a permanent solution. And what is worse is that the issue is being politicized, ignoring the tragic loss of life. So without having a blame game, I think the authorities should really step forward and try to repair all the roads in Chennai, because this is not the situation only in Madurai or any other suburb area. Even the roads in internal parts of Chennai are also very poorly maintained, especially after the rainy season. So the authorities must really come forward and take action to have the roads properly maintained.
So, madam, so you have, your children, and you are, traveling in the roads of Chennai very regularly. So, as a, homemaker, as a mom to your children, what do you think about these roads? And of course, now and then we come across these kind of tragic incidents. So, what is your reaction to it? And how do you think the government should be held accountable?
Yeah, this is not the first time that we are hearing death of due to pothole. Like 3 months back also, there was a journalist who lost his life and his family lost him. There was a solatium announced for this, but I don't think solatiums will pay right need or take care of all the needs of the family. And I was just going through this data after the death of the journalist, and I understood that there are 11,000 roads in Chennai with potholes, which means that there is one in every 3 roads that the road is with a pothole. So what are all the effects that will happen due to this pothole is like, first the people will get more of a back pain because the vehicle will lose suspension, and they will be ending up servicing their vehicles more, and even taking care of their health will be a problem. And you won't believe, I am not sending my elder one who will normally go to school or any shop by cycle when it rains, because I am afraid of the pothole. I don't want to lose him. I don't want him to get hurt because of it. And I am in an interior area where the shops are not in the main roads. He can just go and come back. But I am afraid of it. So because of this, he will not be ready to face the future. And I'm not sure when these roads will get rectified. And I was just going through another data where it was mentioned that Tamil Nadu stands number 3 in poor maintenance of roads. Although it's number 3, it hurts very badly for us.
So here is a mom telling us that she is scared to send her son outside because the area where she is residing in, it is having a lot of potholes. It is an interior area, and she is afraid to send her son out alone because she doesn't want her son to get hurt. That is the situation that the citizens of Chennai are facing, especially in some areas like Madurai, KK Nagar, and the internal areas. So of course the political blame game between the central government and the state government is continuing with this young techies news also. But what we really need is a permanent solution, not only for Madurai but the whole of Chennai.
Okay, and the whole of the country, I would say, Dharani, because this is not a Chennai-specific problem. This is the problem that is endemic to this entire country. Bangalore knows that. Neha knows that. In the last 6 months, I don't know how many stories she has reported on potholes and young people, old people, retired people going about their job, going about their work, just hitting a pothole and being overrun by lorries and trucks. So they leave home, thinking they'll be back, and they're back only in coffins, Neha. Such a lot of money spent by the Bangalore Corporation to fix potholes, at least that is what they have told us. There has been judicial intervention, and yet the system is so shameless that they will say one thing in the courts, and on the ground, the reality will be completely different.
Well, absolutely, Shreya. I'd like to start this live with a story we did 2 days ago about the BJP state chief, where he very clearly listed out the priorities that saving your children from love jihads takes priority over civic apathy. And very clearly, that's now pouring out onto the streets, where the government, in fact, in Karnataka, has absolutely no care about the citizens, let alone the infrastructure that citizens are paying for. Just to give you a quick brief, we're reporting right now, from Adugodi area, which is a connecting road between the south of Bangalore to the central Bangalore, used by hundreds of people on a daily basis. You can see that even during an hour when it's not yet the peak hour, we're seeing heavy traffic on this road. And people who travel on this road, reportedly have complained of this road just not being repaired. This is one such example. We're going to try and stop a commuter and speak to him if possible, sir. If I can just ask you, the potholes in Bangalore today are riddled to an extent where commuters are getting harassed. You travel on your bike every day. I want to ask you, how bad are the roads in Bangalore?
No, that much is not bad. This construction metro work is starting. So it may be after 1 to 3 years, again it will come.
Okay. So we're seeing that, in Chennai there was an incident where someone lost their life owing to a pothole. The person in fact fell and very unfortunately lost their lives. We've seen Bangalore is the IT capital of the country. Do you expect better roads from the city?
Yeah, compared to other city, Bangalore BBMP municipality corporation is working good.
Working good? Okay, all right, thank you. Well, in fact, of course, that was one such commuter over there, Shreya. We're going to try and quickly speak to one more person if we can over here. All right. Well, Shreya, of course, we've been trying to speak to several commuters over here who have, in fact, gone on to say that the condition of this road is really, terrible to say the least. If I can try and take this question to you, sir, अगर आप बता सकते हैं आज हमको कि हम बैंगलोर के रोड्स के बारे में बात करेंगे, सर, तो कितने पॉटहोल्स है बैंगलोर में और कितना बुरा है हाल रोड्स का?
थोड़ा बुरा है मैडम, पूरा रास्ता देखो ना, बहुत दिन से ऐसे पड़ा है, पूछने वाला नहीं, कोई क्या भी नहीं, कॉल भी नहीं आ रहा है, लोकल भी ऐसे है, पूछने वाला कौन भी इतना दिन हो रहा है, एक आदमी आके नहीं देख रहा है, 2-3 चैनल आके गया, अभी तक ऐसे पड़ा है, पूरा देखो ना जाम हो रहा है, उस वजह से बहुत दिन से ऐसे जाम हो रहा है, पूछने वाला नहीं है.
Well, Shreya, of course, that was a voice of someone who commutes on this road on a frequent basis, a resident also of this area, going on to say that, multiple reports have been done from this location, questions have been asked, and like you rightly mentioned, I mean, we've seen court intervention also in Bengaluru, but despite that, there really seems to be no respite for the citizens.
Okay, thank you very much for that report, Neha. I'm shifting focus to Mumbai. Again, there has been a court intervention in Mumbai. Late last year, the Mumbai High Court had summoned the civic body. And the civic body had promised very grandly. The commissioner had promised, Abhishek, I remember this very clearly, where he had said that Mumbai's roads will be pothole-free in 3 years. Are we anywhere close to that? I mean, it's a big promise that has been made, but given the experience of commuters on the roads of Mumbai, 3 years, I think it won't happen in the next 300 years.
Definitely, and firstly, I would like to show you, I'm present here in Bandra and at an important junction, and you can clearly see there are potholes, the uneven road condition, and riding a bike on such a road is something that is a challenge for commuters in Delhi. In fact, I have been joined by residents of Bandra. In fact, there are two important pothole warriors who started the campaign in Mumbai of filling of potholes on their own, forcing the authorities to believe that this is an important concern and to look out. We are joined here by Mushtaq Ansari and Irfan Machiwala and Pinky Punjabi. These are the pothole warriors, in fact the residents of Bandra, who will speak to us on this important issue. Sir, 2018 में आपने शुरुआत की थी जब आप खुद खड्डे भरते थे, कितना बदला है कुछ आपको क्या लगता है? और जो क्लेम किए जा रहे हैं 3 साल में मुंबई पॉटहोल फ्री होगा, कितने दावे सच लग रहे हैं?
ऑलमोस्ट 2018 में जब हमने स्टार्ट किए थे तो भी काफी सारे पॉटहोल थे, 33,000 पॉटहोल्स, नंबर ऑफ पॉटहोल मोर देन हर रोड पर हर फ्यू मीटर्स पर दिखते थे. जब हमने स्टार्ट किया काफी स्ट्रगल था लास्ट का 2 साल में, स्टार्टिंग के 2 साल में. और जब अथॉरिटी रियलाइज भी वहाँ पे खुद से रिसर्फेस करना स्टार्ट किया है, किसी का हादसा होने के पहले उस खड्डे को भर जाना चाहिए था, वो हमारा आइडिया था. या पहले क्या होता, बीएमसी जब किसी का डेथ होता था, पंचनामा होता था, तो जाके पर्टिकुलर पॉटहोल भरते थे, बाकी रोड खड्डे नहीं भरते थे. अभी बीएमसी रियलाइज हुई है, काफी सारे रोड रिसर्फेस किया है, कॉन्क्रीटाइज अभी पॉटहोल फ्री मुंबई करने के लिए रोड कॉन्क्रीटाइज किया जा रहा है. 2044 किलोमीटर का रोड बीएमसी के अंडर आता है और प्लस एमएमआरटी का रोड अभी बीएमसी में आ गया है. तो उसमें से ऑलमोस्ट 20% रोड कॉन्क्रीटाइज हो गया है. पर मेन जो रोड है, एसवी रोड, एलजी रोड, जो मेन कनेक्टिंग रोड है, वो पॉटहोल फ्री होना चाहिए. उसमें काफी काम अभी बाकी है.
काफी जैसे देखता है 2018 के हर साल पॉटहोल्स जब बारिश आती है एक्सीडेंट होते हैं और डेथ रिपोर्ट की जाती है, लेकिन कोई सुनने को तैयार नहीं है, ना किसी को फर्क पड़ता है. आप लोग आते हैं, गड्ढे भरते हैं, जो डेथ हो रही है, क्या रोड की समस्या आप बताएंगे?
नहीं, देखो हर साल रेनी सीजन में ये प्रॉब्लम तो है और इसके लिए 50 करोड़ का ये 4 महीने के लिए बजट बनता है. तो ये हमने जो 2018 में ये जब शुरू किया था, हम गवर्नमेंट को यही बोल रहे थे कि एक अच्छी क्वालिटी के कंक्रीट रोड बनाए मुंबई में, ताकि ये बार बार हर साल ये जो बजट बनता है ये पैसे बचे हुए. अब 2023 है और अभी काफी फर्क पड़ा है. अब मुंबई महाराष्ट्र के सीएम फेज वाइज में मुंबई को सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड बना रहे हैं, लेकिन इसको 10 साल लग जाएगा. लेकिन कुछ तो इम्प्रूवमेंट हुआ है हमारे मुद्दे उठाने से.
देखिए, आप घर भी चलाते हैं, कितना डर लगता है बच्चों के साथ अगर एक 2 व्हीलर पे अगर निकलते हैं, खड्डे हैं सामने, एक्सीडेंट ना हो जाए?
अभी रिसेंटली मेरे यहाँ नेबर है, उनका एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, बर्स्ट हो गया था टायर और वो सीधा कोमा में चली गई. 20 years ओल्ड, शी इज जस्ट गर्ल. और ये छोटे मोटे मुद्दे नहीं है, ये रोड के यहाँ से जज से लेके चपरासी से लेके हर कोई यहाँ से पास ऑन होता है. तो ये मुद्दे के लिए. और दूसरी बात है कि इलेक्शंस नहीं होने के कारण हमारे जो 227 रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है, उनके लिए हम समस्या लेके जाते हैं, तो वो यही बोलते हैं कि हमारा फंड नहीं है हमारे पास. तो 1 साल से जो इलेक्शन रुका है वो जल्दी से जल्दी हो जाए और ये सारे समस्याएं क्लियर हो जाए.
How important is, what you keep in mind when you travel on road, thinking that, you might be hit by a pothole in the next turn or something like that?
Yeah, that is a common fear all of us are having. Even if we travel by our car also, the bumps are so heavy that it hits our backs and creates pain and all that problems. Yeah.
We pay huge amount of tax and at the end we get such kind of roads. Do we deserve that?
We do not deserve that. At least we need good roads. We cannot get out of onto the road without any potholes, and it is a huge inconvenience for everybody. We can't even walk on the road. The surface, the work that they do is not up to the mark. We deserve better.
Definitely, and these are the voices from ground, from Mumbai, and the Mumbaikars say they deserve better roads at least in Mumbai. Back to you.
Well, we leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much for joining us, all three of you, and getting us voices from your country. The fact is that these are citizen issues, and these are issues that kill people on the roads of this country, and they need to be spoken about, because the more you speak about it and the more loudly you speak about it, hopefully chances are that someone there in the power corridors will listen to you and fix this shame that you see on your screens right now. This is a big pothole in India's story.